So when you mentioned your first job was swimming instructor, how long did you have it, that first job?
So my first job was through a private company. It wasn't like through the city. So I think I worked there for about 6 months in total. And then I ended up getting hired by the city of Toronto, and I preferred that. So I switched.
Hmm. What were some of the things you liked about that first job?
I enjoyed getting to work with children and getting to teach them how to swim.
Anything you didn't like about it?
The supervisors were mean.
Wow, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Still, you lasted for 6 months. I think that's a good thing to have on your resume, right?
I mean, I don't put it on my resume very often now.
Well, not anymore, but I bet at that time it helped you get your next job.
Sure.
You mentioned you've had quite a few jobs. May I ask you which one was the most difficult?
For sure. So I think my second job it would have been I was lifeguarding at a water park in a pretty well-known amusement park, without name dropping. But it was quite difficult. The hours were long. The shifts could go up to 10, 11, 12 hours sometimes, and the pay was not great. It was minimum wage at the time, which was I think $11. So it was not fun. The lifeguards there were pretty much getting exploited by management. It was quite awful towards the end.
How long did you have it?
One summer, so I started in mid-June, probably mid-end of June, and then I went until the end of the summer, so Labor Day. And then I did some occasional shifts outside of the water park on weekends in September and October, but by that point I did not want to be there anymore.
I see. And how did your colleagues feel about that?
A lot of people by the end were quite unhappy with everything, but it was a source of income and we were there, and that's just how it was.
I see. Do you think many of them came back the next summer?
The vast majority did not. A couple ended up becoming team leaders the following year to try and improve the conditions, but honestly, I think that place was beyond improvement.
So do you think they still have that high turnover of staff?
They definitely do. Um, Even when the season was starting and the facilities were open, I think a couple of us went to look at the website and they were still actively hiring lifeguards and slide attendants and everything else. So I think they just have not fixed any of the issues and therefore they still have a less than stellar work environment.
But if we look at the bright side, we can say it's a job opportunity, right? To start
For sure.
working. Thank you.